Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. I'm being blinded by the light. Can you see me? I've gone all sort of stripy and zebra. The light's streaming in through the blinds. I can't close them fully, so I hope you can see me. Anyway, welcome back. I'm still fuming. I needed to get it off my chest again, or what's left of it. This Jack Catterall robbery thing. I mean, I just find it depressing, to be honest. I followed boxing for decades, and I suppose in a sense it's a good thing that I still get so upset when I see something that egregious. But I was thinking, all right, it's nothing new, you know, blatant robberies and corruption or vast incompetence, however you want to slice and dice it. It's not new in boxing, is it? It'll probably go on and on. There's no doubt that Catterall won that fight. I've not heard anything even approaching a coherent argument for, or a cogent argument for Taylor winning. In every facet of the game, he was outboxed, outfought, outthought, and outgutted. The only, if you want to be ultra critical, the only thing you could say is that Catterall, after the knockdown, took his foot off the gas a bit, I suppose, but that's just not an excuse for robbing the guy, you know. Yeah, it's a shame. It's such a shame. But I was thinking, what must be going through Catterall's mind? Because here's a guy who, you know, he's an understated guy. He's not the most charismatic of fellows. He's obviously a very good fighter, far better than I thought he was, and most people thought he was. A guy who worked his way into contention, won domestic titles, and, you know, did the traditional route, I suppose. Wasn't as active as perhaps he could have or should have been. Stepped aside to allow Taylor to collect the fourth belt so that he could fight for, so that Catterall could fight for the Undisputed title and Taylor could have the opportunity of winning it. So he did the right thing for boxing, as Jamie Moore said in the post-fight interview. And, you know, he waited patiently for his opportunity. When his opportunity came, he took it with both hands, beyond a shadow of a doubt. He earned the right to call himself undisputed champion, and he got it stolen from him. Let's be frank here. It was a theft. It was larceny. I find that deeply upsetting and depressing for anyone who cares about boxers, who appreciates what they give us entertainment wise, about how these guys, even at lower levels, how they give their all. They're giving away brain cells for legacy and glory, and we're enjoying it. And the very, very least you could expect would be, you know, for them to get a fair shake, for there to be a bit of justice. We didn't see any justice last night. So my heart goes out to Jack Catterall, and I just wanted to sort of touch on where he goes from here, because this is the type of robbery, the type of event that must surely demoralise even a worthy fighter like Catterall. Surely he's thinking, what do I have to do? You know, is it worth it? Do I really want to go through this again? Taylor will move up, the belts will get split. Catterall will no doubt be nominated to fight for one of them. He'll collect it probably, or maybe he won't. Maybe he'll lose. You don't know, do you? But even if he wins one or two belts, last night he deserved to be undisputed champ. He beat the undisputed champ. And he must be thinking, can I be asked with this anymore? Do I really want to make all those sacrifices? I think he's a family man. Is he married with a kid or something? I don't know. But, you know, you give away so much, you sacrifice so much. He might be thinking, I've had enough. Or the flip side of that is he might have maybe a Marvin Hagler mentality, where he's fuming and he's bitter, but at the same time he controls that and says, okay, from now on, these are my judges. This is what I'm going to use for judges. Never trust a judge again. Okay. I hope it's the latter mindset that he slips into, because he deserves more. 30 years ago, I think it's 30 years to the year actually, almost to the month, a fighter called Dave Tiberi was robbed against James Toney, and it was, again, blatant robbery. Tony, by the way, as great a fighter as he was, got a lot of very, very controversial decisions. As far as I'm concerned, he lost the first two fights with Mike McCallum, certainly the first one. and he got those by outrageous scores. But against Tiberi, I mean, he lost. He was, weight drained. He was a middleweight. He hardly threw any punches. Tiberi just completely outworked him. Tony dead at the weight. He lost. And he got a gift decision. And Tiberi never fought again. Tiberi was like, fuck this. I'm out of here. I think Tiberi was a doctor. He turned out to be a doctor. Or he was a doctor, fully qualified physician. And but he was like, I'm done with boxing. I'm not putting up with this crap, Now, is Catterall going to go down that path, or is this going to steal him? Is this going to make him think, I'm going to, no one treats me like this. How dare they? Again, the Marvin Hagler mentality. No, he's going to. I hope he'll carry on. I hope this won't ruin him. I hope it won't haunt him, because it shouldn't haunt him, because it's not his fault. It's out of his hands. He did his bit. He got ripped off. You can't blame the victim for what's gone on. You have to blame the perpetrator or perpetrators. Josh Taylor's reaction afterwards, I clearly won the fight. Absolutely shameful. I lost all respect for him. There's a bully mentality to him. He tried to bully Catterall. I thought he was actually intimidating Catterall before the fight. How wrong was I? Because Catterall showed him on the night, bully me, mate. And he bullied the bully. And for Taylor to be so delusional, almost to Teofimo Lopez Sr. standards, and talk such absolute crap in the post-fight conference, and you, Ben Davison, I'm looking at you as well. You talked a lot of shit as well. You lost that fight, Taylor. I really liked Taylor before, and I've lost a lot of respect for him. If he'd held his hands up and said, yeah, you know what, Catterall won. What can I say? I got out of jail today. He didn't do that. No, I clearly won the fight. No, you didn't. You didn't win fuck all, mate. You didn't win fuck all. And now everyone's going to want to fight him at welterweight because they think, well, this guy's nowhere near as good as people were saying. I think maybe this one bad performance we shouldn't judge Taylor entirely on it, because the weight clearly played a part, and he obviously took Catterall lightly, subconsciously or otherwise. If you don't have any fear of an opponent, you can't create that fear. You can't fake it. I think Matthew Macklin said this, something like this. But you can't light that fire under yourself if you sort of instinctively feel or naturally feel, I'm just better than this guy. There needs to be that fear factor, and it needs to be channeled correctly. So, yeah, Josh Taylor's in the shit house for me. He's on the shit list. Catterall, I wish him all the best for the future. I hope this doesn't ruin him. Maybe a sports psychologist, some hours with a sports psychologist, and some time off to reflect, to become philosophical about what happened, to accept that it wasn't his fault, to steel his resolve. Because Jack Catterall, a star was born yesterday. Make no mistake about it. Catterall is a world-class fighter. I never thought he was. I thought he was maybe European at best, but I was wrong. So were a lot of you. Come on, let's admit it. We were wrong, So all the best to Jack Catterall. Much respect to him. Hang your head in shame, Josh Taylor. Not because of the way you fought. You fought with some guts yesterday. You were getting your arse handed to you, as you fucking well know, in your heart of hearts. But you still showed guts. But your conduct afterwards, that's not a man. To me, that's not a real man. That's someone who's delusional or lying or just has a bully boy mentality. But yeah, maybe Taylor can, maybe he'll get his little epiphany and he'll realise, no, I lost that fight. I hope so. For his sake, as a man, as a human being. Catterall, all the best to him. Look, what do you think? Leave your comments below. I just had to make this follow-up video because I'm still so pissed off about the result. But leave your comments below. If you're new to this channel and you can subscribe, please do so. Hit that subscribe button. It only takes a second and bang, and it's done. Like the video. If you could give me some likes. I'm trying to build the channel up. Some of you guys who come here regularly, you're really fantastic, and I thank you for your time. Love speaking to you. Love interacting with you. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We've got the Okoli fight tonight. That should be half decent, I think. It's going to be quite a test for Okoli, but I think he'll come through it. There again, I picked Catterall to lose in 6 to 8 rounds, so what do I know? Anyway, enjoy your Sunday. Take care of yourselves, and as always, much love to you. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.